Good day, human Latiosites. This is LatiosAzurill, and welcome to Season 4, Week 4 of the WPL Western Pokemon League with the Philadelphia Froakies, this time against the Anistar City Aggrons, coached by the OHKO. Now, he is the reigning champion of the league from last season, and both times we faced him were actually our 2 losses. So, big things this week were that I knew he was going to have that Black Kyurem. The main reason I even drafted Magnezone in the first place was so I had some kind of a counter for Black Kyurem. So, I mean, honestly, I just wanted to be prepared for that. Now, I did bring the Mimikyu, the Latios, my Mega, the Azumarill, Rotom, Wash, Magnezone, and Mamoswine. I didn't go for the flinchy stuff with Cinccino or Togekiss this week. I also didn't go for the true bulk like Cresselia and Chansey because I figured he's going to have some kind of a taunt user, or if I bring Cresselia, he's probably going to have a haze user. He's going to have something to prepare for that because I am notorious for running either the bulky sets or the flinching, so I wanted to just go all out in the philosophy of the best defense is a good offense. So I honestly just brought a big offensive team. I mean, I had a little bit bulk in Rotom, but it was mostly, Rotom was mostly just offensive anyway. So I didn't really go all bulky this time. It's not a setup Mamoswine, it is Life Orb. So I figured that would probably throw him off guard a little bit. That said, I was a little bit afraid of the Tangrowth. I figured, okay, Mamoswine can probably land a, if I can get an Icicle Crash, that'll be great. But otherwise, an Ice Shard is probably it's gonna probably come down to. I kind of figured that Ice Shard is gonna be good if I handle that Tornadus, because I don't have anything that's gonna outspeed that Tornadus. I have priority on Mimikyu, I have priority on Mamoswine. The good thing is, theoretically, I can get a Swords Dance up with Mimikyu, although if it's Mimikyu versus Kyurem, I cannot because of the Terravolt. So, I figured that, seeing the Terrakion, I figure it's either Banded or Scarfed, probably Scarfed, because, once again, he was thinking, obviously, that I was probably going to bring a flinch user, especially Scarfed Togekiss, because that is pretty broken. So I figured he's going to have a bunch of fast Pokemon. Because I don't even think Scarf Togekiss outspeeds a non-Scarf Tornadus. So, I decided against bringing it this week. Kyurem, obviously that's going to be Scarfed. All I need to do is live some hits, which is kind of why I needed, the bulk on my team. Luckily, I do have a fairy on my team, well, 2 fairies on my team, so if I could get him locked into Outrage, that would be awesome, because I could switch into Mimikyu and get a free KO with either a free Swords Dance, and then I can go for a Shadow Sneak or a free Play Rough off. Either way, I'm already at +1 anyway, because I do have the Life Orb on Mimikyu. Latios is kind of just there. Figure maybe he can handle Tentacruel, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. If it's a Scarf Terrakion, then there's no way that Latios is gonna have a chance. Honestly, the one thing I am thinking is that perhaps depending on his investments in speed on his Tangrowth, my Azumarill could potentially outspeed it, because if I go for a Belly Drum, his best switch-in on my Azumarill would probably be the Tangrowth, because then I can't Aqua Jet, but I could go for a Play Rough. So, although then again, he could actually go into, probably Tentacruel would be a better pick for that, because then he can just go for a Sludge Bomb or Toxic Stall me. I don't know. I mean, Toxic Stall would make sense because he would expect me to go for, like, the bulky, Cresselia-like set, because, well, that's something I have done in the past. That said, let's actually get into this battle. Now, I am actually going to be leading off with Rotom. He leads off Terrakion. He's actually going to hard switch into Raikou, which, I mean, I was expecting him to actually switch into Tentacruel here, so, because expecting the Hydro Pump, but, you know, things happen. I guessed wrong. I didn't know the prediction. Oh, I did predict the switch, but not the right switch, so worked out in his favor. He's going to have taken down my Rotom. So, whatever. I'm going to go into my Mamoswine. I'm going to take the Aura Sphere, but that's okay because I'm going to take it down with an Icicle Crash. Honestly, I just wanted to get rid of that Raikou. I was expecting to actually switch into Tornadus right there on the Raikou, which I went for the Icicle Crash, but he didn't. He actually just sacrificed his Raikou to get some extra damage. Whatever, he's going to get his Tornadus to take me down after I can get the Icicle Crash, an Ice Shard up. But I'm going to get a Belly Drum up on his Tangrowth, and I outspeed, so I'm going to take down with the Play Rough. So now he has a bit of a problem, but not really, because I can't outspeed his Scarf Kyurem, so I'm just going to go for Aqua Jet. He's going to take down my Azumarill with a Fusion Bolt. It's a crit. I doubt the crit mattered. So, he's going to actually switch into Tentacruel here on my Magnezone. That is okay, because I'm just going to switch out into my Latios here. Basically, I'm basically just going to sacrifice my Latios at this point. He's going to stay in and Toxic me. I don't quite understand why. Although, then again, I don't think he had a good switch in any way. At this point, he was just sacrificing it, because clearly that thing was a Toxic Staller. So, at this point, I'm going to let my Latios just go down, and this way I get a safe switch into Mimikyu. I can I could have set up a Swords Dance potentially, but I decided to go for the Play Rough because I wanted to make sure I took that thing down. Just in case a Swords Dance wouldn't be enough at +3. So now he goes into his Kyurem. He is going to lock himself into Earth Power. Probably he expected to switch, maybe? I think. So at this point, honestly, all I can do is Shadow Sneak. I'm just going to sacrifice my Mimikyu. Now, somehow, I actually lived the knockoff. I didn't really expect to, which is why I went for Shadow Sneak. But that's okay. He's going to go for an HP, I don't know which hidden power it is, based on the damage, probably HP Ground. But it's not going to be enough to even bring me down to bring me down to Sturdy, and I'm just going to take him down with the Thunderbolt. It was a really close match. I was Sturdy with the Magnezone, so the only real way he could one-shot me is if he went in for an Earth Power with his Kyurem to get around the Sturdy with the Terravolt. So once the Kyurem was done, the Tornadus wasn't going to take a Thunderbolt, so that pretty much was game. So the big thing is, if he would have clicked Fusion Bolt instead of Earth Power on my Mimikyu, he would have taken down my Mimikyu before I could have landed the Play Rough, and then basically sacrifices Tornadus to my Magnezone, so he could switch back into Kyurem Black freely, go for an Earth Power, get around Sturdy, and that would be game. So that one turn, I think, definitely changed the match. Definitely did, because I didn't really have a real answer for that Kyurem overall. Once the Kyurem went down, that pretty much secured me the game, but if it didn't go down, well, then I would have had problems. So, that's going to bring us to 4-0 so far this season, although we still have half of the season remaining before the playoffs. So, hopefully you guys are having fun. I know I am. So thank you for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.